Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to
Good
Book
morning.
Philippines. Um, Very good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. Wait, wait, wait. Wait. I'll just end this one.
What happened, Mahan? What are you?
I want to show the PowerPoint, but I can't really do
You can show that
multiple.
later, even if that is there. You can do that.
Mm, mm. Okay, sorry. I'll just end this one.
You were doing last time, Mahan.
Yeah. Okay. I'll end.
No, you can just cut from here.
I
After
can
recording,
edit.
I'm saying, why
Yeah.
do you keep cutting and you just can you download this?
Yeah, I can download this, but I need also to download the app. So I need to get it from my workmate. So maybe he can share it with me in Google Drive.
Oh, because it will become a large file, so it's better to cut it in small bits. Uh,
Okay.
okay. So you want to do it again?
No, I'll just edit this one.
Okay. It's already past 2 minutes. So let me know when you want to start.
Okay, I'll just remove you and then I'll start the countdown again. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone from Book Philippines.
Welcome to Book Art Philippines. This is our first ever video book. Learn. So, what are we discussing now for this first season and first episode of our video book?
Okay, we have a book we discussed last time.
Yeah,
Can you show the slide so
yeah.
people can? Okay, I'll go ahead. So book is called 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. It's written by author Yuval Noah Harari. He's an American Israeli historian. More about him, Kathleen, would you like to talk about the author?
Yes. Okay. Yuval Noah Harari is a very famous author. So he's the author of the famous Homo sapiens, A Brief History of the Humankind. And also it was followed by the Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow. And lastly, his third book, which we'll be discussing here in Book Cart Philippines, which is entitled The 21 Lessons for the 21st Century.
Okay. Can we go on to the next slide?
Yeah. So this
Okay,
is
here's the
the author.
here's the author. Yeah, Kathleen.
Yeah, so that's no Yuval Noah Harari. So he's the author of the 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. So the 21 Lessons for the 21st Century is composed of five parts. So the first one, we have the technological challenge. Then the part two, we have the political challenge. The part three, the despair and hope. Part four, the truth. And part five, the resilience. So we have 21 lessons here in the 21 chapters. So for this book card or video presentation, we will have first discuss the chapter one, which is the disillusionment. So,
Okay, go ahead, Kathleen.
okay, so this is the disillusionment. So the chapter it talks about liberalism, fascism, and communism, which was very famous during the 20th century. But also in the first chapter, Yuval have discussed that in the 21st century, this have already changed and shifted into something. So for the 21st century, disillusionment, the end of history, has been postponed. So we are now more concerned on the humans, superhumans, and artificial intelligence, or the AIs. So for the next slide, Gaurav will discuss this one.
Okay, before discussing this slide, I want to tell what this video book is all about. Since people don't, there are audiobooks. What we are trying to do here is just compress the learning and also not make it boring that I'm reading out slides and there's no learn. So what is here for authors or the viewers? Please write down in the comments whatever you feel we should do, or what did you like,
Mhm.
or anything. I don't see the comments coming. Last time when we did live, there were some comments and people said, will you be doing the book readings? So rather than doing book reading, I want to engage other people, what we think. And so your suggestions are our fuel,
Yeah.
and comment in here. So what we are trying to do here is compress this book. So disillusionment, as this book has been written as the author says, it's been question and answers. Since author is a famous uh, historian and
Yeah.
also professor of history, so a lot of questions have been asked about him, from him, like what are the, so his discussions and some of his articles that were already published in different newspapers, so he's compressed them into the 21 learnings. So keeping to that learning and talking about disillusionment. So there were three stories in the
Yes.
beginning around the Second World War. What the author says here, first of all, author starts with the chapter with saying, like, I'll read it out for you. Like, humans think in stories rather than in facts, numbers, or equations. And the simpler the story, the better. Very good example. I'll talk about TikTok here, very famous app again. So the
Yeah.
simpler to make, ease of access, make us more, I'd say, uh, not stupid, but make humans easy. So like this app or things which make it more easy, user friendly. Uh, there's something called user interface, which the user uses. So when Windows did from DOS, disk operating system, to the Windows where you can see things and click on with the mouse, it made, rather than learning all the commands to do a simpler task. So it was a big change, and Windows or Microsoft became overnight success with launch of Windows. Similar things have happened. So human think like stories, and we don't, like, you give big statistics, big data, so you will lose people. People want to see stories. People want which you call infotainment, information with entertainment. That is a big draw. So that's what. So in Disillusionment, he starts with that there were three stories during the Second World War: the fascist or the fascism, uh,
Mm-mm.
the communist story, and a liberal story. So, he discusses all these three things. I won't go down. So you are probably aware what fascism was all about some people being supreme communist, or what's the communist
Yeah.
ideology. So, and then the liberal story. Liberal story is more of till now. Uh, we believed in liberal story, but somehow people have been disillusioned from this liberal story. I'll just show you what. Can you go on to the next slide, the liberal set menu?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what the liberal mindset or the liberal set menu looks like on a national level and international level. The economic field, like free markets, privatization, low taxes, in international free trade, global integration, low traffic, uh, political field, free elections, rule of law,
Mm-mm.
minority rights, peaceful relations, international level, international laws and organizations. On a personal field, free choices, individualism means individual is important, diversity and gender equality. And in international level, ease of personal movement and immigration. So this is the liberal set menu. But now people want to pick and choose what author has said in his book. Like they are more kind of some of them they believe in some of the things like a buffet. He says he compares it with different choices. So
Mm.
he may say that Donald Trump believes in free market, but he does not believe in immigration or letting everybody in and share. So here, if most of the people, he goes on to say that most of the people kind of believe in or the international relationship or peaceful relations, but least favorite dish here is immigration or the free movement of people. Even the most liberal people, they are not ready to accept that.
Yes.
Your
Actually, it
thoughts?
was been an issue. Actually, like for the immigration about Donald Trump, it has been an issue during his time as a president. So everything must have changed now because this book has written way before before the pandemic era. So a lot has been changed now.
Okay. The author also says something like he has quoted democracy is based on the Abraham Lincoln's principle that you can fool all the people sometime
Mm-mm.
and some people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So he has quoted Abraham Lincoln. I really like that. If a government is corrupt and fails to improve people's lives, enough citizens will eventually realize this and replace the government. But government control of media undermines Lincoln's logic. So
Yes.
technology challenges he says next is the the common man. Can we go on to the next slide? Okay, the common irrelevance. So he talks about the man being feeling irrelevant. He talks about the old uh, after Second World War, 50s, 60s. The poster depicted a miner that, like the common man. People talked about common man was the most important person. He was a miner. He was a day worker uh, in a factory worker. So all the posters depicted him. And now all the TED Talks are kind of about globalization, blockchain, genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, machine learning, network
Your
algorithm.
algorithm.
These words. So these words going past the common man. Uh, in common terms, we call it digital divide. Author has not mentioned that, but I will call it a digital divide. So, so people who are feeling left out, kind of when the TED talks and other things you see, and these things being talked about, a common man cannot identify with these. So this is the age of also irrelevance. So that is kind of leading to disillusionment. Uh, yeah. So this is pretty much it. I would. Do you want to read, Kathleen? Do you want to read some favorite part of the lesson?
I need to open my. I don't have the book. I only have the PDF. So I need to open the PDF.
So the first chapter is all about the three choices or the three stories,
Yes.
and then going on to like the after. So he has set the financial crisis of 2008 as the time when people started getting disillusioned with the liberal dream or the liberal theory. So out of three stories, uh, so till now people believed in liberalism the most. Uh, there were few countries professing communism. We all know that there's the rise of China and all. But now
Mm-mm.
people want a mix of liberal and some control after the crash of 2008. So that is what he has explained in the first chapter about disillusionment and what are the liberal values into.
Yeah, and how this 20th and how these three values have changed from 20th century to 21st century. So there in the 21st century we are talking now about superhumans and AIs or artificial intelligence. So like in the next chapter, this book also have talk about the AI. So what really the line that really I can always remember about this the first chapter is human think in stories rather than in facts, number or equations, and the simpler the story, the better. So this is the first sentence of the first chapter. So I just like it's really like so relevant now because any one of us like we can just like see stories in Facebook or in anywhere and then we just believe it rather than searching the facts. We just really love the story, especially if people would try to sensationalize things. So instead of digging deeper the facts, anything is available online and everything is can be searchable. But you see, as a person, it is also your responsibility to select what facts or to have the or to have the fact that you need to believe. So now people in the 21st century, people are really fond of believing, like for example, something was posted in Facebook, like stories, instead of digging deeper the facts, they just try to believe in it, and then the common mistake is they're going to share it, which also caused misinformation to people. So that's the part that I've also liked in this first chapter.
Yeah, this is first chapter is part of the part one, which is the technology
Yes.
challenge. So first
Mm-mm.
is discernment. Second, in the second episode, we'll talk about work, liberty, and equality. These are the other three chapters in this part. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or you want us to do in a certain way, do you like us to do in? I like to do it with much extempore, like I'm talking right now,
Yeah.
rather than presenting slide because it will kind of become
Yes.
thing. So I want to talk to people here. So, but we want to make it into episodes so people can watch it easily and we can upload
Mm-mm.
easily rather than making a boring 1 hour or 2 hour long thing. And it's a big book. You have to read a book. We just want to give you some cues and some learning which we like.
Yes.
If you want any changes in this pattern, do let us know, and we'll try to improve upon what we have done. Not just the slides, um, but
Mm-mm.
since it's about or some particular topic you want us to talk about, uh, so then we will do that. So from me, this is it for the chapter one. I'll see
Yeah.
you on that when we discuss chapter two.
Yeah.
Please write down in the comments uh, and let us know. So we will try to improve on our next chapter.
Yeah, and also maybe we can invite some people who have already also read the book so that they can also have their own thoughts and give us. I mean, there should be an interaction also, not just the two of us talking, but also other people who have read the book. They can also share their thoughts on the chapter. So they just need to comment if they want to join us with our live or in our recording session for the season two, for the episode two of this video book.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kathleen,
Thank you,
for
Gaurav.
doing all the efforts and bringing and recording this.
Yeah,
This
it's like,
makes up to
yeah.
the page. And
Mm-mm.
thanks everyone for joining.
Thank
Good day.
you. Good day.
Bye.
Bye.